sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from the challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Indianapolis. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 64 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Looking to throw on second down. Brewer on a slant. Here's Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On second down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Brewer. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Throwing on first down, Brewer. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. He finds his man, complete. It's Peters. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go play action with Lawrence. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Got a little tennis on
I
me.
know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
And
a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Brewer. And he's going to go down again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
6 sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 73 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
On the move past the 40. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Colts come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the 1 tie. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete. It's Collins.
Okay, ready?
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Brewer. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Okay, break. Ready, go.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and 5. Looking to throw. Brewer. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Lawrence will throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
Here's Lawrence. This one swung out here to Jones.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
This is brought in at the 21. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Back to throw.
Brewer. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd down.
Brewer.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw.
Brewer. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down.
Brewer.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go, set. Check, opposite. Alert, kill.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points.
Fielded just inside the 30. The Falcons ready to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Off play action. Brewer. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Trayvon Walker in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, great.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Brewer. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
On 3rd and 2, Brewer. And that will be incomplete.
Here we go.
On 4th down, Brewer. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. But that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Brewer. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. And the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that'll be incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Block it, check. opposite.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Off the play fake. Brewer. He's going to wind up and air it out. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Brewer. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Brewer. They'll get this out to Kamara. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And the lead now 11-6. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Ready, go.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Watch it.
Up the middle, Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brewer drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On 3rd down, Brewer. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Brewer. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lawrence. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Falcons grab it. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he fends him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. He's got a man, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Now Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. To throw on 2nd and 6. Lawrence. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now Jones. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Brewer. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
That's caught, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick six, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Falcons on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. It's Miller, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here we go. Start.
On 1st and 10, Brewer. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Come on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw. Brewer. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Off play action. Brewer. Flushed out right. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Lawrence to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I'm ready. Ready to go.
Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Indy.
43 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Ready.
Here's Lawrence. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
This game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they're stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Azeez Ojulari picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brewer. And he's got the hook up to Moore. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
And they take a knee. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. An inside give to Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Indianapolis, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.